Alrighty, good morning everyone. All you friends, family, fans, and Finish Line Focus, fantastically fine folk. There is the Appalachian Trail over yonder where we come out of the woods the other day. Today is Saturday, what is today? June 3rd. And we came out of there on Thursday, June 1st, Pristine's birthday. Right down there is the Howard Johnson where we stayed. Very good hiker accommodations, and probably not like something that everybody would want to rush to Daleville, Virginia just to stay there. But for hikers, it was great. And walked across the highway right here, and boom. You recognize those things? That's the target. 2 targets right there. Boom. Blowing them up. 2 more down. Wonder if I get double credit when there's 2 blazes on the tree. Does that count like extra? Or is it only 1? See, there's just 1, but boom, blew that one up. That's gone. So the plan for the day is to hike 2 miles to Troutville, Virginia. You know what? Let me stop. I'll turn the camera around. Alrighty then. So the plan for the day is to assault these 2 miles between here, Daleville, and Troutville, and cruise into Troutville Trail Days for the pancake breakfast. No hiker wants to pass up some free food. There's kind of interesting. The tree is like distorted because of the sign. That's interesting. Anyway, no hiker, and that includes Crew Dogger and I, do not want to ever pass up free food, so we are going to hike on in there, hit the pancake breakfast. Hopefully they have some dead animal to serve with it, some pig, some bacon or sausage or ham or something like that. Anyway, we're going to eat that and then head on out and see how far we can get. I looked at my guide, and there's a pretty decent campsite. Looked at my guide, and there is a shelter with water about 18 miles from here, which is called Boblet. I think maybe is how you pronounce it. Something Boblet Gap Shelter. Anyway, that's a possibility that'd be a good day coming out of town for sure, which would give us a very short day tomorrow into the Middle Creek Campground where my next resupply is coming. And get this, Halo and the kids, they'll be there Monday evening. I'll be past there, but they'll probably like come down, meet me wherever I'm at and pick me up or something. One way or another, we will get together. So, brand new shoes. Got my shoes. I think I showed y'all on the videos, and I hope that wasn't one of the videos that got lost. By the way, I looked last night, and I watched a couple of videos, and I'm sorry about the choppiness. I'm talking about things that you haven't seen because the video that I talked about previously didn't get uploaded. Whatever. What a bummer. But anyway, hopefully it makes sense. Let's see. Yeah. So new shoes, feeling very good. New shorts from the outfitter there in Daleville. They're lighter and cooler and fit a lot better than the zip-off pants that I had previously carried. Those were way too big. Now, again, I've lost around 25 pounds, and so everything is a lot larger. But anyway, these shorts are wonderful, man. They're great, so I'm loving them. Got some permethrin at the store, and went ahead and treated these. I treated my shoes. I treated my socks again, and my compression sleeves. So I can wear those compression sleeves as tick repellent also. So I'm excited about that. Went ahead and treated my shirt, this shirt I guess, and my skivvies also. So hopefully we can keep the Lyme disease to a minimum. I just have to show the trail between Daleville and Troutville. I mean, look at this. It's all mowed off on the sides. It's like a park. Reminds me of like a park trail. Remarkable. Through here. Real quickly, didn't need to resupply really in Daleville because I carried enough food to get to Middle Creek campground. And so I did go to Kroger's and got some more honey for my tortillas at lunchtime. And I also scored 5 of the Gatorade bars. Oh my goodness, those things are so good. And the Kroger's had such a selection. I got a couple new flavors. I got cookies and cream, which I had to try yesterday afternoon, and it was delicious. And then I got a vanilla almond. What else did I get? I mean, I got the chocolate pretzel, which is already proven itself to be phenomenal. And I'm trying to think of what else. I think I got another flavor, but I don't remember. Anyway, point is, they are stepping up to be literally one of my favorite things to eat on the whole Appalachian Trail. Loving those Gatorade bars. They are kind of heavy, but boy, there's a lot to them, and they really, I mean, it's almost a meal in itself. So something to consider for those of you at home. Good protein. Don't know what else is all in them. I'm not sure. I can't really read all the ingredients and junk. I just know they taste awesome. So packing out some honey, packing out those Gatorade bars, plus enough food for really about 2 days, even though it'll only be like a day and a half or day and 3/4 into that campground. But I always carry just a little extra food. I'm definitely not super ultralight. I'm trying to be very conscious. I sent home heavy drops, my Aquamira type drops, MSR Sweetwater actually drops. I put some in a smaller bottle that I bought at the outfitter, and then sent the big bottle up ahead. And I also retreated my glasses, my sunglasses, and then sent the anti-fog stuff up ahead too. Those two things together, they were over 1/4 pound. That's, I mean, maybe even, I mean, quite a bit. They were fairly heavy. Yeah, just trying to keep. Oh, sent home a battery. One of the batteries, it wasn't lasting very well, so I just got rid of it. Hopefully that doesn't bite me, but boy, that's heavy. So it's always a work in progress, kind of tweaking some of your items, and you certainly don't want to carry more than you need to. But everything else has a purpose, and I've already used it or whatever in my kit. But I am certainly loving the new shoes. I believe they will make my legs feel less fatigued. I think the other ones were kind of hurting me after a while, and I am loving these Marmot super breathable shorts. They are, yep, really liking them. All right, just got to show you this, how cool, or well, mowed this trail is. We left the Hojo's, Howard Johnson's, we left Hojo's at about straight up 7 o'clock. So basically right now it is 7:20 to keep in time with our normal connection time, 7:20. Anyway, yep, left at 7. It's super nice and cool this morning. Beautiful out, sunny. I think the high for today is mid-70s, probably. High humidity, not sure. Think there's a chance then of some rain almost every day and night from now on for several days. But it looks like the highs aren't going to get to 80 yet, which sounds really pleasant, and it is, except for when you've got a pack on and going up a mountain. It becomes hot. I'm in awe of how good our God is. We literally walked out of the woods from the trail and had to come 0.8 down here. And as soon as we got on the highway, here comes Jerry in the bus to pull up to shuttle us down here. Didn't have to walk at all. Here we are for the pancake breakfast this morning, and he's going to take us back down to the trail. That, my brothers and sisters, is how good our God is. My goodness, I'm blown away constantly. Huh. All right, time to go eat some flapjacks and who knows what else. Yummy. Curdog, what do you think of the coincidence of Jerry pulling up?
Well, I wouldn't call it a marathon.
It's pretty darn close. When you're a hiker, you don't want to walk any extra. Here's Troutville. My tummy is topped off with totally titanic pancakes. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Just walked, oh, maybe a half mile, 3/4 of a mile from the parking lot there at the trailhead at Troutville, and walked up in this field, and look at the beautiful views this morning. Gorgeous. The trail walks up from there and comes up here and then goes this way. So now we're headed north this direction. So unfortunately in the park, none of the stuff really like opens up until 10 o'clock, and it's now 9. Now it's 9, but we've been gone for a half hour probably. But look at the view over there. So anyway, I didn't get to show anything. The Appalachian Trail Conservancy had a tent there. I would have loved to have talked to those guys. Not sure who else was even going to be there. The church that shuttled us from Norfolk, they were hi guys. They were, yep, they had a tent there. So enjoy your day.
You too, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, they had a tent there, which they were giving away lots of free stuff for hikers, like toothpaste, etc. But, you know, I don't need any of that stuff, so I'm glad I didn't stop by, because I would have probably taken something that I didn't need, which means I got to carry it. Not sure who else. There were supposed to be some vendors, but I don't know who was coming. It's real small scale, nothing like Damascus. But they're having some free tubing on the river today, on the James River, which would have been so much fun. I would have loved to have done that. Only 14 spots, but they were gonna do it for the hikers. And so would have been great to have timed it where I got into town yesterday for supper and then zeroed today. Would have been fabulous. But this is the schedule I'm on, and I'm happy with it. And so headed north. I got my new shorts and my new shoes and a new outlook on life, because I got clean clothes and a clean body and a full tummy. So man, life on the Appalachian Trail is good and glorious. Thank you, Jesus. It's a beautiful day. It is a little warm already. I'm sweating now because I had to climb up off from the road. But it's good, man. Cur Dog is an awesome guy. I'm loving hiking with him. He's a Methodist, and I'm trying to convert him to Southern Baptist. Can I get an amen? He's trying to convert me to Methodist, but he has no idea. He's, there's no way, man. No way. Anyway, we have a good time. He's a good egg. Good people. Had fun at the breakfast. Lots of friends in there. They were having trouble with the griddles blowing circuit breakers, so they only had one griddle going. So it was always a line of hikers waiting for one little pancake, and then we'd go eat that one little pancake and get back in line and wait for 10 minutes or so and get one more little pancake real quick. But they were absolutely doing the best they could, and they didn't expect the problem with the breakers, of course. And I know from doing lots of church pancake breakfasts that, boy, those griddles blow breakers. This morning, coming out of Daleville, going to Troutville, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but it's a 2-mile hike, but the trail was like a park. It took a grand total of 36 minutes. That's basically 4 miles an hour of hiking. Oh, huh. I must have turned wrong back there, because I crossed over at a little more difficult of a spot. There was a nice bridge there for the AT. Anyhow, all right, I'll quit rambling. I'm just talking. Probably the coffee and the spark that has got me revved up. All right, we'll catch you down the trail. Thanks so much again for coming along with me. I really, really mean it, and I couldn't do it without you guys. I so covet your prayers and your support and your encouragement. And I'm reading the comments the best I can. And so many times, I'm literally blown away. I don't even know what to say back, which is quite a bit for a preacher to be speechless. So love you guys. Thanks again for your support. Take care. So it is about, well, let me look and see, 1:30, and done, roughly 9 miles. We stopped at a real nice creek back there at 8 miles and got good water and had a nice lunch. Sitting there, I had 3 tortillas with a packet of hazelnut butter and then some of the honey that I am packing along. and that was delicious. Had a pepperoni stick and a peanut bar. Nature Valley peanut bar, salty and sweet. Those are a mainstay for sure. Yeah, I had that for lunch, and about a liter and a half of water. Sitting there at the source, it was a beautiful little spot. I took a picture, and you'll see a crowd gathered there. So there's an older couple, 61 and 63 years old, that are through hiking. Her name is Bushy, and her name is Bushy, and his name, darn it, I can't remember. Dog will remember. He can remember everybody's trail name like it's flabbergasting. Anyway, they showed up, and they're a neat couple. He's retired from 14 years active duty Navy, but then civilian service in the Navy for like 30 years or whatever, and so now they're through hiking the Appalachian Trail, and seem to be having a good time doing it. And they're carrying Helinox folding chairs like we do when we're car camping or canoe camping. They're backpacking with them. They're using Osprey, Atmos, and Aura, respectively, backpacks, men and women's version of their anti-gravity packs, and they've got now REI Igneo sleeping bags because their first choices weren't warm enough. But anyway, yeah, seemed like a very nice couple. Then Ziploc and Hot Sauce showed up, both Clemson grads. Dog is very excited about that because he's from South Carolina, big Clemson fan. So yeah, they showed up, and then one other person, and I don't know who that was, and we were leaving when they got there. So anyway, nice little crowd of people gathered at that beautiful couple waterfalls and stuff at little streams. So nice little lunch break. Had a problem right before that. We were on switchbacks, and I was hiking in front like pretty much like usual, and Dog happened to be behind me. I'm gonna say 50 yards, 75 yards, but we were on switchback, so he was right above me. He happened to be right above me, and darn it, as gravelly, kind of like the trail is right here, like kind of loose gravel, kind of an off camber, and definitely a downhill. And boy, he kind of tripped or something, and his feet started to skid, and man, he went down, hit the trail, and then he tumbled down the mountainside a little bit, a couple times. Looked and sounded horrible, but he's okay. He scraped his nose, and he scraped the heck out of his right arm from his wrist clear up to his elbow. It was all bleeding a fair amount, but he had a red bandana, so that worked out well. He could soak up, or dab the blood. It wasn't bleeding much, but got right down to that creek and got the wet bandana, got it kind of cleaned up, and he's got some antibiotic ointment on it, and he's okay. Nothing big is hurt. He said his pride and his arm and his nose. So thankfully nothing was injured, but boy, to hear, I heard everything, and then turned and looked up and was able to kind of watch it unfold. And it's remarkable when you fall with a backpack downhill what that weight does. It starts pulling you and tossing you, and you're out of control for a little bit. And he was out of control, but boy, I'm so thankful he's all right, and he's back a ways behind me now. So marching north, but that's the reality of the trail. I mean, any moment, I went through there fine. It's just any moment, one rock, one pebble, one stick catches your particular foot wrong, and down you go. And sometimes it's just the easy stretches that are the most dangerous. It's not even the difficult spots, because the difficult ones you're taking extra care.
Maybe they'll stay at 4 times hostile, but
hang on a second.
when they call the people that read the...
I'm trying to be all artistic and get a low profile view of the beautiful trickling stream. Snake is harmless. Just a black rat snake. But he kind of startled me because I darn near walked on him. Yep, but he's armless. Pretty good sized one too. There's Wilson Creek Shelter over yonder. Don't need anything, so cruising on by. Could have some roasted black snake, rat snake, if we wanted, but we don't want to. At least I don't. I'm gonna have a Gatorade protein bar pretty soon. And them there are yummy in my tummy. Man, I've never met a Gatorade bar I didn't just love so far. Had my Pop-Tarts earlier, by the way. Didn't show you that. But of course I had my Pop-Tarts. Vroom. If you heard that automobile noise, right there, I got the camera up just a second too late. But that right there, brothers and sisters, is the Blue Ridge Parkway. You know what that means? If you guessed that I'm heading north, then you guessed correctly. Good job. You win a prize. Not sure what that is, but it's something really great, I'm sure. All right, so huge day today because we have now crossed the 1/3 of the Appalachian Trail completed barrier. 730 miles was 1/3 done. That is cool, 33%. So if you're keeping track, that leaves 66 left, but we don't like to talk about that. We want to talk about the 33 that is done. Hey, I am on the Blue Ridge Parkway. Look at this. Oh, there's a view coming up. Yeah, so 1/3 done, and now we are halfway through Virginia. Virginia's got the state with the most of the trail in it, 550 miles, and evidently we've got 2 1/4 of those done. So we are halfway through Virginia. So woohoo! Yeehaw! That's cool. What a day, man. 1/3 done and halfway through Virginia. Wow. Look at what's coming up. If I could walk backwards, here, I'll try it. I'm walking backwards for you guys so y'all can see the view. Look at that, but then I can't see the view or where I'm going. But because of my cat-like reflexes, I'm not worried. All right, time for some thoughts from the trail. Not really life lessons learned, but somewhere in between that and just mindless babble. So in town, it's sure nice to get a shower, do laundry, have access to food. People, some of the younger ones especially, really miss town. They can't wait. Have a hard time leaving town, sometimes staying 2 and 3 days, having trouble leaving. And then when they leave town, all they can think about is getting back to town. And I guess at this point on the journey, I'm kind of the opposite. Now, I definitely love the seats with the back on them. I love the air conditioning in my room. I love the cold soda now, and the hot food, as in like sandwiches and French fries, etc. But the noise and the abruptness of civilization, the overabundance of people and vehicles, hi there, all that stuff together combines with kind of an uneasy feeling. I definitely love the woods. I love the mountains. I love the serenity of it all. I love the animals making noises, even the little lizards hopping off the trail and into the leaves, you know, making the little crunchy noises. I love that. And here, the milestone of having this Blue Ridge Parkway next to the trail is huge. That's really a neat milestone. But I can tell you, it's only been not even an hour, and I'm nearly done with it. Unfortunately, done as in tired of it. But got a long ways to go. But just a minute ago, a buzzing motorcycle went by and made me think of it. Like, wow, I miss the quiet of the woods, the click of the trekking poles on the rocks, the sound of my oboes churning the gravel as I climb mountains and go down. So anyway, there's some thoughts from the trail from an old dude. Alrighty then, friends and family and everybody else. So there is the Appalachian Trail right there. There is my cook pot. I am 15 feet or so off the trail. Camped out in a real nice spot just past the Bobolink shelter. There's my backpack, my new shoes. They did pretty darn well. I am in my tent and I am just feeling kind of achy and icky tonight. I feel like I got a little bit of a fever kind of a thing. Like I feel kind of tuckered out and not the best. So I laid down and stretched some. It is now 6, just starting near 7 o'clock. And been here for almost an hour, or about an hour. Anyway, relaxing and getting ready to have for supper. There's my stuff is boiling. Let's put it over here. Some beef stroganoff with noodles tonight. Mountain House. Yummy. I don't know if you can tell. My little cook stove is running. You can hear it. Oh yeah. It puts out some flame if you turn it up. I keep it down lower so I'm not wasting the flame. It just rolls around the side of the pot and you lose efficiency. So I keep it down some and I cover it so it retains a little bit more heat in there. Anyway, boiling 1 3/4 cups of water to make my beef stroganoff, and I almost always have a set of peanut butter crackers for supper. And then typically when Halo hooks me up, I have one of these, an oat mega cookie, and there's these white, I think it's white chocolate, I can't even tell if that's on it, white chocolate macadamia nut, the peanut butter, and then chocolate chip. And I think chocolate chip's my favorite. Probably peanut butter's right there behind it. And then this one's probably third, but they're all good. All right. Good day today. The trail was about as easy as anywhere on the whole trail. Did 18 miles to get here. A little over 18, I think. And the trail was pretty rocky in places. Kind of painful in a few places. But otherwise it was smooth and pretty level and flat today. Like a few climbs and a few descents, but nothing major. Very nice trail to do. I think a guy, if you got started early, you could get on into Middle Creek Campground in one day. That like 28-mile stretch. A guy could probably do that. If you were used to doing 20 to 22 miles, you could do that 28. It's a good day for some bigger miles. Running alongside the Skyline Drive, so there's a, you're off the side of the hill a little bit, but anyway, nice stuff. Good day. Lots of tourist stuff today. Few section hikers in the vicinity. Anyway, but yep, good day, and it's really nice to accomplish the third of the trail and the halfway through Virginia. So, yep, definitely a good day of accomplishments. Again, I'm just kind of feeling a little icky. So that'll be about it for tonight. I'm going to eat my supper and recline, relax, and get ready for sleep. One more thing real quick. I just thought I'd say goodnight and look at the view from my bedroom. This is inside my tent looking out the door. I've got one vestibule open on both sides to give me plenty of ventilation, and oh, look at the beauty. That's a nice view from my bedroom. Here's the view out the other door. All right, I'll leave you with the sunset. Good night, everybody.